All right, aloha everyone. Michelle Melendez with Blossom Inner Wellness and StandTogetherHawaii.com. And I am here with Gary Cordery. Did I say your last name right, Gary?
You did well, Michelle. Very good.
All right. And Gary is the founder of, I'm going to let him explain who he is. He's on Oahu. He's been here for a long time. He's a father, grandfather, and they're doing an investigation right now into what happened in the attack in Maui. And they're needing locals who have been hurt, who have been injured, who have had houses destroyed, to come forward and help with this case. So Gary, first, just kind of share a little bit about who you are and then what you guys are doing.
Well, thank you, Michelle. What an honor to be on your program, and honor to be with your listeners or viewers of this program as well. I'm, as Michelle mentioned, I'm Gary Cordery, married to my bride of 43 years, Kim Cordery. We live on Oahu. We live in the windward side of Oahu. We've been here since 1980. We have 2 daughters and 7 grandkids. So the fight for the future is really about the kids, about the keiki. And, right prior to 2020, when Governor Green Ige issued the executive orders regarding the COVID shot, we founded the Aloha Freedom Coalition, and that is a stand for liberty and righteousness and all things that are pono in the state of Hawaii, that we live and breathe in aloha, and that we should serve one another, and people should live free and be able to live out their lives without government intervention, tyranny. Those kinds of issues became very apparent when the mandate started rolling out in 2020. We began to assemble a coalition of people, and ultimately we continue. We fought the legislative piece. We marched the streets of Waikiki. We've done all kinds of initiatives to bring and illuminate the government tyranny and really oppression of the people of Hawaii. So that fight continues on. We still have the organization, LawFreedomCoalition.org. You can certainly go there and look what's transpired over the years, also on Instagram. And currently, as of maybe 6 or 8 months ago, we became directors of Children's Health Defense Hawaii. So that is another organization that fights for the liberty and the well-being of the keiki, primarily illuminating big pharma and how they're overstepping their bounds and implementing vaccines and protocols that are against the parents' wishes. That's being pushed through, CDC, FDA, now locally Department of Health, Department of Education. So all of these issues have been an undercurrent in our administration here in Hawaii, our executive branch, the legislative branch. We're a people who are legislated upon without input. Our country was
representation.
Representation without legislation without representation. The phrase in the past was taxation without representation. Remember, 1775. Well, now we have legislation without representation, where you get a 2-minute Zoom to offer your 2 cents, and the government basically says, "Nah, never mind."
They completely ignore us, and the governor walks out before anybody testifies. So and also I've heard from Ellie Cochran, State Representative Ellie Cochran, who was the state representative for Lahaina. She actually says that they're holding meetings in legislative without the Sunshine Law, with not even telling people that they're having a meeting. Yeah. So not even telling her, she said she's been booted out as well. So who are these absolute tyrannical legislative people that are running basically these islands? So what I'm curious about, let's talk about the court case and what is happening, because in Lahaina, because I've been hearing that their state is claiming eminent domain against the Lahaina people to steal their land. And you guys, if you're watching this, we can help. There's people that can help you. I have been praying to the universe that I know that there's a way that we can help save Lahaina and save these people. And Gary, what are you guys doing to help that?
Well, first of all, I think you're right. I mean, it's obvious that there's a global initiative to create smart cities globally. And here in Hawaii, obviously you saw Governor Green at the UN declaring that Hawaii was going to lead the way in smart cities. And he came back right after the fires and stated that the state was going to purchase these lands. They were going to get these lands. And so it doesn't take, if people will actually connect their dots and use the common sense, they'll recognize that there is a clear objective that's been in place for some time now to capture these lands. This has been if you look at Hale Mai Maui 2040, it's an initiative on Maui. There's 2 other organizations on Maui that have been planning this for years now. This is all public information, and the people must go there and understand exactly who it is that's behind these initiatives. There are stakeholders, there's private, there's government, there's insurance, there's banking. The entire protocol, the entire agenda has been put in writing, and it's going on. So I think people were in shock when they realized what happened in Maui. And since then, we at AFC and the people on Oahu, we really struggled with how to support the people in Maui. It is clear that the suffering that they've gone through and the horrific fires and all this transpired there, that there's definitely a time of mourning and sadness and grieving, and a lot of prayer and a lot of support. And obviously there was a great influx of humanitarian support and resources. But the bigger picture, the underlying picture is there's a strategic plan to take the Lahaina corridor from the people and turn it over to the government for their use. You use the words eminent domain. I don't believe eminent domain is actually the tack that they're going to use. I think if you look through Governor Green's executive orders, way down buried in the fine print, there's language in there that co-opts the people's rights and offers it to FEMA for a condemnation rather than eminent domain. So eminent domain is something where the people's overall well-being is going to be served by, maybe you take somebody's house on a corner, it's a new intersection, it's a fire hydrant, it's an ambulance, whatever, that's eminent domain. But what we're seeing in Maui is not eminent domain. This is a land grab by the state who's been trying to get these properties via private developers and other initiatives. So I don't necessarily think it's eminent domain. I think it's actually something that FEMA is going to be involved in. There's going to be a condemnation process. And I think the government is going to wait the people out until they can no longer afford to wait. And they'll be forced to sell. That's not an uncommon strategy.
So we are, again, please look in the description if you're a Lahaina victim, because we are looking for ways to help you, but we need to know that you want our help. So there's so much that we can do on the other islands to support you. And if you want the help, please contact us. I'm going to put the link in the description again. So again, we cannot help you if you do not reach out to us. So I've been praying, like, universe, I know there's a way that we can do this. The reason why I said an eminent domain is somebody did text me and told me that her friend was actually told that they're going to take the land through eminent domain. So I don't personally know that that's true. I have been told that, but I think it's going to happen in numerous ways, any way that they can get away with it, because these people are freaking, I hate this word, scumbags, but I mean, geez Louise, how low can you get? These are demons. These are absolute demons who are doing. So Gary, what is going on now? Before we spoke, you said there was possibly some type of lawsuit in place, or what's happening?
Yeah, so I totally...
You can't talk about what's going on either, I understand.
No, actually, I can talk in part. And I agree with something you said a moment ago. When this first happened, we basically made some public posts about wanting to support the people of Maui, but understanding that we're here to support them. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, we're not going to come over there and try to say, this is what you need to do. This is how it's going to look. And this is what all of these things that are just another form of tyranny. They don't need that. We don't want to do that. So regarding your question about how can we help, one of the things that we got together as AFC, we got about 100 people together in a room, a dedicated time, said, how can the people of Oahu support the people in Maui? Mm-hmm. One of the ways that we thought we could help would be from a legal perspective, how we could raise resources and illuminate what's possible. So we have actually reached out. We have a national law firm who's taken the case. And so what we're actually working on is we're trying to find legitimate, tangible, actionable targets that we can actually formulate a lawsuit. You just can't formulate a lawsuit because somebody's been wronged. That's not, in the legal court, that doesn't count. And you can't really have a case in Hawaii. We don't actually have a justice system in Hawaii. We actually have an appointed system that doesn't bring justice. So what we're really looking for is something to do with the federal government. But if you're out there and you've had the federal government, the state government, the county government, the police department, something like that, who has violated your rights, property rights, civil rights, these kinds of things that are tangible and actionable. We need those kinds of things where we can actually say, okay, fine. We're actually looking at, Governor Green's executive orders, because in my opinion, the consequences of executive orders, if the executive order is unconstitutional, which it is, and the consequences that are borne by those orders, in my thinking, that they are likely targets for the lawsuit as well. So we're looking carefully at the executive order. When I say we're, I'm not the lawyer, but I know the lawyer. So we've reached out. We have an agreement. I'm sending this lawyer stuff all the time. We're sending stuff all the time, but we're still looking for people, landowners in Maui. Landowners that have been in that corridor, that have been affected by the fire or affected by the executive order. And they said, you know what? FEMA told us we had to do this. And if we didn't do this, this was the consequences. That's the kind of thing that we're looking for. Distinct, clear items where we can say that it violated their rights. And so that's what we're looking for.
And there are numerous. Like, I know Eric West, I don't know if he was arrested or if he was charged or just got a ticket or whatever, because he went over to the fence and was actually, just talking to officer. And I think, so that was a violation of the First Amendment. There's also been a violation of the Fourth Amendment. If you tried to go into your property and they said you cannot go, that is a violation. The government cannot do an illegal search and seizure without warrant, without due process. They can't do that, you guys. So if you are not able to get into your land, please contact Gary. The link is in the description. If you want help, I know that I've been told, Michelle, maybe some people don't want help because it is so much trauma and they just want to let it go. But honestly, you were attacked. You were attacked by demons, by evil people. And the property has been there for, some people have had generations upon generations. Don't give up, because we're not giving up on you. I am not giving up on you. Gary's not going to give up on you, but if you need to reach out, if you have had your land literally burned by an attack. So thank you so much, Gary. Is there anything else you want to say?
I just want to elaborate or agree with what you said. The people of Maui, we will stand with you. Right? We understand that there are dynamics out there. There are agendas, global agendas that are after your land. This idea of smart cities, 15-minute cities, it's upon you. And no matter how, it is exceedingly difficult what you've gone through, but I can tell you the bigger picture is there is no intention on the government's part to give you your land back. And that's a generational tragedy. A legacy will be taken away by people like Green, the UN, the WHO, all these organizations that think they know better for you than you do for your Ohana. Mm-hmm. So I encourage you to stand, make your voice known. Your voice matters. It is the people's voice is the only antidote to government tyranny. So stand together in unity. We're going to march the streets of Waikiki this Saturday. If people are out, if you're on Oahu, we're going to be in the park near the zoo, Kapahulu and Kalakaua at 4 p.m. At 5:15 p.m., we're going to take our signs about Maui. Where's the keiki? The land grab. All these components of what's happened there, we're taking them to the street. A couple of years ago, we had 5,000 people on the street marching in Waikiki. And so we don't have, we need the people of Maui to say, yes, this happened. So we're with you. We're standing against the darkness and we're standing for you. So thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And the keiki, oh my gosh. They are lying about the number of deaths. 97, went 115 to 97. That is a lie. And they are not telling us. Green never once mentions the missing people.
That's right.
He never, in all of his interviews, never once mentions how many people are missing. And so that, again, Maui, people of Maui, we are standing with you. We are sending you inner strength, but we need you to come to us and tell us that, yes, you want help. And we'll be there for you. So I want to say that again. All right. So Gary, so much again. It's in the description. I just want to do a quick plug for my new sponsor, World Trade Metals. This dollar is going to go bye-bye, everybody. It is gone. It is running on fumes. The inflation is not inflation. Things aren't getting expensive because they're getting expensive. It's inflation. It's because the dollar is devalued. It's literally going down the tubes. They're printing it out of nothing. Get precious metals, get your money into real estate or art or gems. But precious metals is a really easy way. This right now is worth about $24.51 or something like that, $24. They're estimating silver to go up to 900 an ounce. Can you imagine that? That would be amazing. So if you have any of your retirement accounts, there's a link in the description, transworldmetalsltd.com. Just get some metals, even if you have $100, $100, just get some metals. It's super easy to get. So that's in the description below. And then let's do a quick prayer. And Gary, any last thoughts or anything? I think I already said that. So we'll do a quick prayer.
All right.
Just take a deep breath, everybody. Lots going on. This is an intense time. Okay, thank you. You want to mute or okay, there we go. Great Spirit, infinite intelligence of all things. We just give this to you. We know that you hold Lahaina and all places around the world that have and are being attacked by the evilness that is running the world right now. This evilness that has been running the world for at least 100 years or more. But the light is showing the truth of what is happening. And we just hold all people in Lahaina with absolute love and sending them our inner strength. And that they have the courage to step forward if it feels right for them, that they have the courage to say, yes, I need help. I want help. I'm ready to fight this. I know that Spirit, infinite intelligence, God, the consciousness of Jesus is guiding people to help Lahaina. And Lahaina people, all you have to do is say, yes, I want your help. And let us in, let us in. And we just know that whatever happens with this journey that we are all on, that the frequency of love always prevails. That the frequency of love is in every single human being on the planet, holding all people, women, children, aunties, uncles, fathers, grandparents, all people in love, and the knowingness that this is a game of the Spirit to grow, to go back to source with love and inner strength in our hearts, knowing that we did our kuleana. We did what we came here to do. And we went through the fear and were courageous enough to step forward and to do our part. And Great Spirit, consciousness of Jesus, which loves us beyond measure, all light beings who have ever been on the planet, are present here on the planet, and ever will be on the planet. We know that your strength is with us. And we know that this game is over, and the beautiful new planet of love, of harmony, of absolute ohana is surrounding the world. And we know it is done. And so it is. Gary, thank you so much for your time today, and so much mahalo to you, and sending you inner strength and much aloha. And yes, aloha everyone. And Gary, you're muted. If you want to say goodbye, you can say goodbye. Otherwise, check the description, you guys.
All right. Aloha, everyone. Good to talk to you. Nice to meet you. Aloha.
Aloha. Mahalo.
Aloha.